Hi. Hi, everyone. What's going on? What are you guys doing? It's President's Day. Happy President's Day. I'm not really sure. What are you supposed to do on President's Day? Just salute the president or something? I don't know. It's funny. What are you guys up to? What's going on, you guys? Thank you, Carlos. And hey, Jose, mañana. Magana. Mañana. Are you working today? I thought today was a holiday, no? What's up? Instagram and YouTube at the same damn time. How have I been? I've been good. I'm back, you know? So, what's up? What's going on? Udo's in the house. Udo's in the house. Udo's in the Udo's in the house. What's up? To the break of dawn. At an inventory. What? Carby. What's up, Carby? Thank you. I put on a little dress today. You want to see? Ta-da! Got my little dress on. I ate some chocolate today, so. You like my dress? I was one of the first people you followed on Instagram. Oh, thank you. OG influencer up in the house. Any comedy? Yeah, I have a lot of comedy content coming out. It'll be all over my YouTube, my Instagram, my TikTok, and everything. Thank you. You guys like my dress? It's very feminine. I like feminine looking dresses. I think I would have fit in perfectly in the 1950s in a lot of ways, you know? I love the outfits that they used to have back then. That would have been really cool. What am I doing tonight? I'm hanging out with you guys. So let's talk. What do you guys want to talk about? Have I ever met Snoop Dogg? Yes, I have. I used to be a regular on his GGN show. I don't know if you know about it, but I was one of the weather girls on there. And they had me come back over and over and over again because I don't know. I had the funniest story about that, by the way. So the director told me, hey, why don't you just improv? And with improv, I went to Groundlings and I've done comedy and stuff. So I had no idea that they meant like improv, like dancing, you know? And so I'm over there in a bikini, and this is like probably before I even had the followers and all of that. So I had maybe like 100,000 followers at the time. And yeah, they were like, yeah, just improv. So I started improving. And when I improv, you guys, I started doing like comedy stand up, like improvising in a comedy kind of sense. And everybody's laughing at my jokes and everything. I was like, all right, I'm killing it, you know? So then when I was all done with everything, they were like, oh, when we said improv, we didn't mean for you to crack jokes. We meant for you to dance. And I was like, oh, okay. But anyways, long story short, they loved it and they were like laughing so much that they had me come back and continue to be the weather girl on GGN. So that's my whole story with Snoop Dogg and the GGN show. End up being really funny, you know. But yep, by the way, before I forget, make sure you turn on my post notifications or my live notifications on Instagram and my notifications on YouTube too, because I'm going to start going live every single day. I'm trying to figure out if I should do it in the daytime or in the nighttime. Let me know which time you guys would prefer, and I'll try to make that happen the best that I can. Yes, my name means North Star, so yeah, that's a cool thing, right? But that's my story with Snoop Dogg, and I've known Snoop Dogg since like I don't know, maybe like 13 years more, like 15 years. it was even before I had the followers. I had like maybe 100,000 followers at the time. They were from like modeling and acting, like print modeling and stuff. So when I got casted for GGN, it was because I was doing like acting and print modeling. So I had no idea they wanted me to just dance, and I started doing comedy. I just started doing comedy improv, and everybody was just like, "Oh my god!" I mean, it was funny though. Like it ended up working out, but it was interesting. And then he found out, Snoop found out that I do like artwork. Um, so he told me, "Oh, I want you to paint this like art piece for me, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, what do you want me to paint for you?" And a lot of people don't know that I paint, by the way. So like I used to paint a lot back in the day, and then my mom was like, "There's no money in it." Persian moms, Iranian moms, they're like they don't like that, right? So she's like, "There's no money in being an artist and blah blah blah. So don't paint, don't become a painter." And I was like, "All right." So I started picking up painting up again when I moved to the US. So I started painting again. And at the time, I was also like doing, what do you call it? Like when people request whatever they want you to paint, right? So I started doing that. So Snoop was like, "Can you make me a painting?" And by the way, he's smoking, right? So he's like, "Can you make me a painting of me and my body is like a Godzilla, and I'm coming into the town and everybody's running away from me, and I'm in the ocean, but I'm coming into the town in like a big city." I like never forget this, and I'm like. I was like, "What? Why would you even want that?" So it was just the funniest thing. So I don't know. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. So yeah, so much for that. So that's my little story with Snoop. And then I didn't see him from the GGN thing for a long time. And then randomly, when I had like 2 million followers, he was like, "Uldouz, what's up? Where have you been?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Hey, do you want to do some comedy sketches?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." But then I don't know what happened. Like, I just did my own thing and he's doing his own thing. But yeah, that's the whole story with Snoop. So, um, where's my bra? It's here, but it's underneath. Ta-da! Do you follow the vegan philosophy? No, I don't. I eat meat, but I actually cut down on meat. I only eat a fish and eggs right now. So but I like once in a while I'll like crave meat like crazy. There was a one time period that I didn't eat meat for a long time, and then all of a sudden my body was like, "We want meat!" Ah, and I was eating meat for like a month straight, and it's like my body needed it. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of believing that your body will kind of tell you what you need at the time. So just follow whatever you feel like. I don't think there's a specific diet. I mean, if you want to be vegan and it works for you, it works for you. But once in a while, I'll have like these urges where my body would tell me like, "You need to eat this," and then I'll like be like, "All right, I got it." Like I'm on it. So am I seeing anyone? No, I'm not. I'm not seeing anyone. I was single on Valentine's Day, and I don't have any drama, no like headaches or no pressure. I like it for me right now. I'm not looking. And plus, I don't really know how I would meet someone because I never go out and I never do anything. So, I don't know. But yeah, I used to have my artwork on my Uldouz.com, but for some reason, there's something wrong with the website. It's not working. I have to redo my website, Uldouz.com. But if you go to and search Uldouz Squarespace, I think the art should come up. You love the way that I do my makeup? Thank you. It should come up, but I remember there was this one time somebody was like, "Can you make like um just like abstract kind of stuff?" So I made like these like circles and I called it like artistic balls. I was straight up pranking people. It's so funny. But there were people that liked it, you know. I don't know. Hey, you wanted circles, so an abstract, and I did it, you know. What's up in Venezuela? I never been to Venezuela, you guys. I don't know what should I go there? Is it worth seeing? I think so. I really want to go to Uruguay and what is the other place that I wanted to go? Argentina. I want to go to Argentina. And I really want to go back to Egypt, and I want to go. What else? Back to Brazil. I've been to Brazil already, but like, there's a lot of places I haven't been to. Happy early birthday, Reed. I'm trying to remember your birthday. I think it was the 28th, right? Reed Merritt's birthday is on the 28th. I'm trying to remember to wish you a happy birthday on the day. Yeah, JC 1005. I know. Isn't that funny? I literally made a painting called Artistic Balls. I mean, you gotta give it to me. It's like you gotta have the sense of humor, right? And then I remember this guy, Joey Salas. He was hating on me so bad. Like, this guy was obsessed with everything I was doing, and then he was like making videos about uh, you know, what post I was making, who I was working with, what kind of post I was doing. So then he went and looked at my paintings, and he didn't even get the fact that it was like funny, right? It was a funny kind of concept. So he made a whole video about this like art piece that I made, and he was like, "Oh, she named it Artistic Balls," and I'm like, "That's the whole point, you idiot!" Like, you know. But it's so funny. Like, I was just like, "Oh boy, people, they got no lives." And the best part was he's so concerned about how much money I'm making, like per post, all that stuff. But he did this whole video. Then I think I was with Collab like requested him to take down the post because he was straight up like targeting me, bullying me, all that kind of stuff. So unfortunately, and I actually collabed with him before, and I thought he was a cool guy, and I had no idea that he was a low key hater. But oh well. And yeah, so that's the story with the artistic balls. It turned into a whole thing out of a joke, you know. Um, that's what you recently learned, Alexander Shenjobi. Uh, come to Laredo, Texas. Thank you, Miguel Ibarra, for the gifts. And also make sure if you what do you call it? I think on Instagram it's called badges. I want to see if it's working, you guys. So if you want to give me some badges, I just want to see how it works. And then on YouTube, I want to see like how I think it's through the dollar sign. It's called super chats or something like that. I want to see how that works. So if you want to give me some gifts, feel free to, and at least I will know how the thing works because I'm like new to this whole live thing, and I don't know. Sebas, what's up? What are you pissed about? Yeah, it was pocket watching. I have honestly, out of all of these influencers, there's so many that were pocket watching me. Like, unbelievable. Like, they literally, even if I would follow a brand, they would reach out to the brand and be like, "Don't work with her, don't do this, don't do that, blah blah blah," you know. And I'm just like, what is wrong with people? Weird. Weird. You connected with me on LinkedIn, Alexander? Well, that's good. I barely use my LinkedIn. I gotta figure out how to use my LinkedIn too. um, is that thing still thanging? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm always thanging. If that's what you mean, I don't really know. But yeah, make sure that you put on my notifications for live on, especially on Instagram, because on Instagram the way it is that it only notifies certain people to watch your lives. Isn't that weird? Like I have 4.8 million followers on Instagram, and like why wouldn't it just notify everyone? Make it make sense. I don't know. Come on, Mark Zuckerberg, what are you doing? I think that's Shiba dog from Japan. What do you mean, Miguel? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Baby boy 4830. What's going on? I'm both live on Instagram and YouTube right now. I'm trying to do as much as I possibly can to keep up with all of the platform, you guys, and there's like so many platforms. I'm exhausted. When I first started, I just had Instagram, and then I got onto Vine, YouTube. I had Twitter, obviously. I had actually Twitter first, and then I went over to Instagram. And then after Instagram, I created I think it was a Vine and then a YouTube. Because I remember I had all these followers, and then this guy that was like a manager, he reached out to me like, "Hey, we made Fuzi Tube's channel, and this is I'm his manager, and there was another guy that was his like cinematographer." And then I was like, okay, cool. I was about to sign with them, and then I had reached out to FuziTube on Twitter. I saw him. He made some kind of tweet, and then I was like, hey, I just met with your manager and your cinematographer, and I want to sign with them too. Like, I'm excited. Like, we're gonna have the same management, right? And then he reached out to me in the DM. He's like, what? Nobody's managing me, and what are you talking about? I found out that it wasn't even true. And then Fuzi too had a meeting with me, and he told me like, "Hey, this is how you do YouTube." Blah blah. He gave me like a one-on-one kind of crash course on what to do with YouTube, which was cool. That was nice of him. But he basically told me that that was like that guy that I met with was just a cinematographer. Like he's basically getting paid to do that. So I didn't end up going that route, obviously, but yep, it's a story with that. You never know with people. You love my Snapchat? Yeah, I've been like on Snapchat every single day, but it's exhausting, you guys. So Snapchat has like three layers where you have to post. So it's public stories, profile stories, and spotlight. So I've been posting every single day to all three, and honestly, it's a lot. And then on top of that, TikTok, Instagram, uh, YouTube. YouTube, I post 3 times a day, shorts, and then I'm gonna start doing lives. And then I have Twitter too. By the way, you guys, what do you think about this new baby that Elon Musk supposedly had? Do you think it's like real, or um, did he tell the girl to be like quiet about it, or what do you think? I mean, I could see why he wanted it to be a quiet thing, because the press and the media, like they'll like put that kid through hell. So I wouldn't want it like out there like that if I was that too. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand why people want to know like what kids you have, what you don't have. Why is that anybody's business? Like your work is your work, and like private life is private life, right? Don't you guys agree with that? Like kids are off limit, I think. Instagram is rigged. Yes, it is. I believe so. Instagram is rigged. Mark Cabanes, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day too. Elon Musk and Trump are dating now. That is silly. I feel like Elon Musk is like totally like fangirling Trump, right? It's kind of cute. Like he's like his like hype man. Aliash Tigo, hi from TikTok. What's up? Um, yeah, I know there's so much news coming out every day. Like every day there's something new happening and you can't even keep up. Like it's literally like the playoffs or something. Everybody's like watching like what happened now? What's going on next? Oh my god, that happened. Ooh. It's crazy. I'm like shocked. It's really crazy madness. Is anyone paying more child support than Elon? I don't know. I mean, there's so many people that have so many kids, that we don't even know about. Like, they have all kinds of kids. I'm sure that the kids that Amber Heard has is probably his too. But like, I could see why you want to keep that private, especially with everyone coming after her. And like, if they're coming after her, they're gonna come after the kids and Elon, like, right? So they're gonna come after whatever they think they can use to hurt you, right? So this is how these people work. They like if they find out something that's vulnerable, they want to come and attack it to make you weak, to target you, blah blah blah, right? So I can see like why people wouldn't want to share that. And honestly, it's nobody's business, right? Like um you rather see my comedy skits than Elon's news? Oh, thank you. What do you guys think about this? Is this a red flag? I like those videos because everybody's like have their opinions about what's a red flag, what's not, and I just like to see like what people think and you know, yeah, that kind of thing. What do you guys think about those videos? Do you like them or not? I think they're cool. Like it's just different perspectives, and then you look in the comments and you're just like, wow, everybody got such different perspectives. I think it's interesting. I've been seeing a lot of videos about like men or women doing this like cake thingy, the what do you call it, pushing cake in their mouth or whatever. I personally, if somebody did that to me on my wedding day and I spent all those hours like getting ready, like getting my like dress that costs like a lot of money and my makeup that because makeup for those days costs a lot of money too, right? So you get a really good makeup artist. Sometimes it could cost like $500, 600,000. If you want a really really good makeup artist, um, and then the hair too, right? All of that costs a lot of money, and especially the dress. Some people are paying like thousands and thousands of dollars just on the dress, and you want to keep that as like a memorabilia kind of thing. Like this was your wedding day. So if somebody would have just smashed cake on me like that on my wedding day, I would literally start crying. Like me personally, I seriously think I would start crying. I'll be like, oh, and then I'll try to change the law. Like, no, we can't have anyone doing the cake thing. It's traumatizing. you know, I'm just joking. I wouldn't do like a law changing thing for that, but like I don't think I would like it personally, but I also think that if I'm getting married, that my man would know like, oh, she's not gonna like this, and they would never do that to me, right? So I think that will be the thing. You saw a video by a bride getting punched in the face by her new husband for being playful. Oh my god, yeah, ugh, that's a huge red flag. Like, I mean, on the wedding day, you guys, like, it's like it's the first day you're starting, might as well not even go, and then you have your whole family there and like everybody's watching like the red flag happening. No, I would not like that at all. I would not. That would be crazy. So anyways, what do you guys do on President's Day? Do you guys go out, or what are we supposed to do today? I don't really understand what this day is about. Like salute the president? Like what is the thing? See, I'm not a like I wasn't originally raised here, so there's a lot of things I don't really understand still. What happens in my Snapchat? I show up my outfit, I take pictures, videos, I talk, um, share new things, talk to people, answer questions, whatever. Just depends on what you want to see. Just tell me what you want to see on my Snapchat too, and I'll try to accommodate. How did I get into acting? Well, I was discovered by John Singleton. That's when my acting kind of started taking off even more. But originally, I went to Vancouver, and when I was in Vancouver, I just tried like acting class just for fun. And then my acting teacher was like, you know what, you're actually good. I'm gonna refer you to my agency. And I got signed to the agency out of there. It was called John Casablanca at the time. And I got signed to them, and then they sent me out to castings. And when I did go to the castings or auditions or whatnot, I would either book it or get a call back, right? And at that time, I felt like it was super easy. Like I'm like, wow, this is so easy. They make it such a big deal to be an actress, right? And I never thought like I could be an actress or anyone thought I was pretty or anything because I grew up in Sweden. So growing up in Sweden, you know, their standards for beauty is completely different. They think what's beautiful is someone who's blonde, who's blue eyed, who's tall, skinny, like big boobs or whatever, right? And like I was the exact opposite of whatever the beauty standards were. So when I went to Vancouver, people were like, "Oh my God, you're beautiful. You should try modeling. You should try acting." Blah blah blah. So I started doing it, and it took off there. Then I went to San Diego to finish my master's degree in marketing. And when I was there, I still was print modeling and doing some acting like here and there. Um, so when I was doing print modeling and all of that stuff and the acting, that's when I got discovered by John Singleton, and he was like, "You're actually really funny, and this and this and that, and you should start your own like series, right?" So he kind of guided me into doing my own like series, which was called the Living and Uldouz Life, and it was like my first attempt at anything like real. And to me it's like it was really bootleg, even though he guided me and all of that kind of stuff. I was like, all right, let's go. So I took a directing class and editing class at the same time. And it just the whole thing was just so funny. Like every time I would go, even if it was like a dramatic thing, it would turn out to be really funny. And my class was like, oh my God, this is funny. And they told me, you need to upload this to YouTube. So I started uploading the the show or whatever to YouTube at the time. And then I got discovered by Funny or Die, which is Will Ferrell's company. So then I started writing for them and growing their social media and all that because I have a marketing background. And their videos would start going viral, blah, blah, blah. Then I started working with Marlon Wayans, What the Funny. And I did the same thing with them, and I grew their socials and like Vine at the time. And their Vine got to like 100,000 something. And while I was there, I'm like, well, I'm doing it for all these other people. Why don't I do it for myself? So then I started doing social media and my own comedy videos, and that's what took every like off like crazy. So that's the whole story with that. D Santana, what's up? Yeah, I was in Vancouver, California. I mean, Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm in California now. My mind is like, I was in Vancouver. In Vancouver, guys, it was so easy to do acting. Like, there was like, I don't feel like there was real competition there or anything. Here, like, everybody and their mom wanted to be an actor, actress, like, and they would like sell their souls for acting. Like, they would do everything. And like in Canada, like, nobody really cared. They were just like, oh, it's just a job, whatever. If I get it, I get it. If not, who cares? Like, you would go to audition room, there would be like 6 people there. Like, it was so easy. So I would always either get a call back or I will book it, right? And then when I came to LA, like, everybody and their mom wanted to do acting. And like, then when I got into social media thing, I felt like at that time nobody was even an influencer. So I thought it was even like offensive to be called influencer, since I was like a trained actress. I have a master's degree in marketing, like, an influencer. What the hell? It sounds like a downgrade, right? So now everybody and their mom wants to be an influencer, right? Especially after this whole TikTok wave of people, right? So at that time, it was like a new concept and a new thing. And little did I know that there were people back then that would literally do the same things as, like, even worse than the acting people. So, like, the influencers were way worse than the actresses and actors. Like, the way they would sell their souls were like way above whatever actor and actress would do. Like, and I had no idea that they were so evil, because it was such a new thing and nobody even knew like what the hell influencers were. So, well, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. That's for sure. Who says gostosa? Gostosa. I lived in, no, I didn't live in Brazil. I went to Brazil, and I remember people would say gostosa in Brazil. And then I know in Portuguese, I know que você tá fazendo? I don't know. The elite will burn. Yeah, well, shit. The stuff that these people, the influencers would do, like if they could sell their own parents or, whatever, they would. They would. Yeah, social media has grown a lot since I mentioned that. Yeah, like literally when I started, I was literally on MySpace, you guys. I was on MySpace when I was in Vancouver. That's how long ago this was. So from MySpace, and that's when I started my whole social following or whatever. Like, it started having people follow me because of acting and my print modeling. So print modeling meaning like magazines and the print stuff, right? So then I got my base following on MySpace. Then Twitter came around. Then those people moved over to Twitter. Then from Twitter, I went to Instagram. And here we are, And then from Instagram, I went to Vine and then YouTube and all of these other platforms. So I've been around forever, like literally like a vampire in this game. Like, um, you love the video with me and Elizabeth Ruiz? I did a couple of videos with her, and then I did one with that was for Kevin Hart, and that one went crazy viral on his page. Like, Kevin Hart posted it, and it went crazy viral, and it was commercial for his like headphones at the time. Oh my god, my tea! I forgot. Ugh, it's cold now. Damn it. Catfish with Michael Blackson. Yeah. I reached out to him when I had that idea. I was like, hey, you want to do this video with me? I had this idea that you're like catfishing me. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So then I told him to come to my place. I had a cinematographer that shot the whole thing, and we got it edited. Well, I got it edited through my cinematographer. And even with the cinematographer. Actually, you know what happened with the cinematographer? I think he was busy to edit it or something, and then I ended up editing it. So I edited the whole thing. I posted it, went viral, like, and that was just. And the funniest part was I was telling Michael, I was like, "Hey, Michael, do this, say that, go in the bushes over there," and then he's like, "All right." So he was in my backyard at the time, and I'm like, "Go over there, like in the bushes and under this tree." And say this, and he was like, all right. The best part about Michael is you tell him like, can you do this? He doesn't have like an ego or try to control like the situation, like, no, I don't want to do that, I don't think that's funny, whatever, right? The good part about Michael, he's like very like go with the flow, and if you tell him like, can you do this, can you try that, and he'd be like, all right, let's do it, like. And I love that. I think he's like super cool. And with Michael too, he's the one who told me to start doing stand-up comedy. So Michael, like, shout out, you're good people. Michael Blackson, big shout out to him. So Michael Blackson is the one who told me to do stand-up comedy. I did it and it ended up working well. The best part about my stand-up, you guys, is all the things I talk about is stuff that actually happened, and people think that like I'm just making it up. And people think I'm making up the whole thing, and I'm like, these are actually like things that happen in my life. But they're so crazy. These stories are so crazy that you would think it's made up because they're so crazy. And I'm gonna probably post my stand-up routine on YouTube, so you guys can see that. If I don't post it there, I'm gonna do like a subscription type website or some other platform where I don't feel like I have to walk on eggshells, because all of these platforms, they want to control everything. They want to control what you say, how you talk, what you post, what you don't post, how you show yourself. Like, even like me posting my body just like in this dress, you know, could be seen as like, oh my god, Udo's in a dress, emergency. We don't want that. She's gonna get some kind of followers. They hate it when you do good and when you look good. I don't know why. It's crazy. Especially on Snapchat, you guys. Like, you got some haters working there. You know, Snapchat is the worst. There's people on Snapchat literally showing everything, and like me in the full pants, like they don't like that. Like the people that work there, they're like, "Oh, you're wearing pants? How dare you?" I know what sucks about this. Like, I don't care if there's haters and stuff. What I don't like is when it's haters that like um they're going out of their way to like have people not follow you, have not like they're worried about how much money you're making, so they're trying to sabotage the brand deals, the monetization. There's people on a lot of these platforms that are like real like haters. So then you're giving these people that are really supposed to not be there in the first place, you give them a lot of power, where these are people that like actually want to be influencers. So I think that that's a really tricky thing, and I think a lot of brands don't realize that when they hire people to market their brands, that they're hiring people that actually want to be influencers. So then you're giving them all this power to um, hire people to market you, right? And they're supposed to be hiring influencers, or they're supposed to be working with influencers, but really they're like haters. Like, they want to take your spot. And I mean, it's understandable. Like, if you're working a marketing job and you're making like 5,000 a month, and you see an influencer come around and she's making like 10,000 a post or 5,000 a post, like, yeah, like that's what makes them turn into haters, right? I could see that. But like, Don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, go and become an influencer and stop working there. Just do what you're wanting to do instead of being angry about it. So, anywho, make sure you ask me questions, you guys, because I'm here to answer. I'm here to answer all your questions. I'm so bummed out my tea got cold. I wanted to drink that tea. What's up, Ronnie boy? Ronnie boy. What music do I listen to? I listen to house music. I love house music. I like like old school 80s funk. I like 90s R&B, hip hop, like all of that stuff. And then I like house music that's like remix with the funk and 80s, 90s, all of that kind of stuff. Those are the best when it's like old school mixed with like house music, so it's all sped up. On the other hand, I would like to pick your brain as a friend to understand how to monetize the internet, social media. Um, Anyone that wants to pick my brain about social media, I actually do like one-on-one calls on that, and it costs. But like, I mean, if I was to give social media advice to a million people, like I won't have any time for myself. So if you, if God. God, what happened? I had some chocolate. too much, too much talking. Ooh. Oh my God. Hmm. Oh boy, that was crazy. I tried baby roots for the first time, and I don't know. There was some nuts in there. And then I talked and I talked. I didn't drink any water. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, the nuts. It was the nuts. Oh my God. This is what happens when you have some baby Ruths. Am I Persian? Yeah, I'm Persian. Persian, and I had some baby roots. It was the nuts. Crazy madness. What's up, Steven? No Spanish? I know ¿Dónde está el baño? And I know what ¿Dónde está el baño? And then ¿Dónde está? What happened? God, I didn't get some water. I should have had some water right here, then I'll be fine. But I left my water there. So pancakes or waffles? Pancakes. What's your favorite between Goodfellas, Casino and Godfather? Casino by far. Yeah, Casino is my favorite, like all time movie. I love Casino. Casino. I used to watch that movie like day in and day out. Like it's my favorite. Light skinned man or dark skinned man? No man. Just kidding. I don't know what happened, you guys. Yeah, I got a cough attack. I think I talked too much. How long have I been on here? Almost an hour. 47 minutes. Too much talking. I know I need more tea. Yeah, Casino is my favorite. Then after Casino, I would say Carlito's Way. I love Carlito's Way. And then after Carlito's Way, Blow. And then after that, I would say A Bronx Tale, I think. And Goodfellas too. Like they're like right there next to each other. And then after that, I don't know. It's all mob movies. I grew up watching mob movies, you guys. So the funny part about my way of learning English is like, so I grew up in Sweden and I learned how to speak English from watching mob movies. This is all true. I learned all my English from watching mob movies. So when I first moved here, everybody thought I was like Italian from New York. And I was like, no, why do you think I'm Italian from New York? They're like, well, you got like a New York accent and you sound Italian, you curse a lot, you know? And I was like, well, what the hell? Like, you know, why do you think that? You know? So then, you know, as we started talking, it would be like, oh, like you learn your English from watching mob movies. So that's how I learned my English is all the mob movies. I used to watch those like day in and day out in Sweden. And have you guys noticed that there's like, I don't know what's going on, but no good movies are being made anymore, no good TV shows, no good music. Everything is ugly, no good art. Like, I don't know if you guys agree, but that's what I feel like. I feel like where's all the legendary movies anymore? Like you don't see any more legendary movies, like movies that you're like, wow, that movie was so good that you want to see it like 100 times, you know? Music that you want to put on repeat a million times. I don't know. I don't know if you guys feel like that, but I feel like there's not any good shit anymore. Like no good art at all. Like it's just like what happened? Even now when I'm like, oh, let me relax and watch a movie, I feel like it's like not even a lot of good stuff to watch. I'd rather watch YouTube and see like some random stuff than watching like a movie or something, you know? Like right now I started watching Landman and it's okay, but it's like even that is like it's not like a show that I'm like, wow, that show was so good. I can't wait for next time, the next episode. or next season, you know. Like Yellowstone, I felt like that about a little bit, but then like this last season, I was like, what the hell was that? You know, like you can't do Yellowstone without Kevin Costner, or at least like if you're gonna make Yellowstone, make it like kind of like 1883 or what is the other one, 1920 something, 22, 23. Have I seen Yellowstone? Yeah, like I love Yellowstone. I like all of them. Like the 1883 was my absolute favorite. I love the whole thing where they show like the natives and the American people and the love and all of that kind of stuff that happened. That was cool. And the 1920 whatever, 22, I think. Is it 1922 or 23? I can't remember. But that one was good. And obviously the original Yellowstone I liked, but then this last season it was just, what is this garbage? Garbage. You can't do Yellowstone without Kevin Costner. Come on, you know. Artist Lee Nichols. Favorite director besides you? Oh, that's funny. Um, well, I really like Martin Scorsese, you know, because I like the way he shoots everything. There's a couple, but I don't know. Like he's the only one that I can think of right now. There's a lot of good directors, you know. You know what's crazy? That movie Mulan, it was really well done, and the director did a really good job. I think the problem was that it happened when COVID happened, and nobody was going to the movie theaters, you know, because of COVID, and then I think the marketing money got dropped because of COVID too. So, but if you look at the way she directed the movie, this female director, she did a really good job. Like every shot was like art. You know, I don't know if you watched Mulan, but go back and watch Mulan. And when you watch it, just look at it from like directing perspective. Every shot was like literally like art. It was like, wow, it's a beautiful movie, right? So if you look at it, you're just like, okay, yeah, I get that, right? But it came out at a bad time, and it is what it is. Can you buy exclusive content? Yes, I'm gonna do a subscription type website where I post all my content on there, and it will be completely different from what you guys see. It will be comedy content, pictures, stand up. My movie will probably go on there too, and all of that kind of stuff. So you guys, I saw this thing that CNN only had in a week time, and they like had like all this news reporting, right? For a whole week, they only had 83,000 views. 83,000 views, you guys, for CNN. Fox only had 100 and I think 60,000. Fox News for a whole week. It just goes to show you guys that everything is on social media, like everything. I literally got more views million times over. Like I got a video now that's like almost at 10 million. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy to me. Like CNN 83,000 views for a whole week. Outrageous. So, but at least we know like hey, that's because everybody's on social media. Nobody's watching the news anymore. Nobody even has cable anymore. Do you guys have cable? I don't. I canceled my cable. I haven't had cable for years now. I only have like the subscription apps kind of thing. I don't even watch TV anymore, like from cable and stuff. Miami, Ricky, what's up? I guess you're in Miami. Miami. Oh boy. And make sure you guys, if you get the badges, let me know because I want to see if it works. I don't even know how it works. But if you could support me like that, that would be great. Or if you're on YouTube, if you get the super chats, that would be nice too. Um, and then I'll see how it all works because I want to know if it works the way they say that it works and all that. I want to check it out. If it does, then I know. What does the badges do? Apparently, it's like gifts that you can give to me here, on Instagram, or if you're on YouTube, it will be super, right? So if you give it to me, then it goes to me like as like a support kind of thing. But I don't even know how it works. So like I want to see if it works. So even if it's a couple dollars or whatever, let me know because I want to see if it works. Oh, thank you, Ronnie, for the super chat. All right, so on YouTube, I'm gonna see how that works, and then on what's the name on Instagram. Now I gotta check it out on Instagram badges. My sketches. I have a lot of sketches, you guys. You haven't seen on my page, like on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok. I have so many sketches. Everybody's saying, why are you not doing sketches? I am doing sketches. Go on my page and look at it. Thank you for the badge, Ayo Able. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like, I am doing a lot of sketches, so make sure you go check it out. Also, I have my podcast coming out pretty soon. I shot a bunch of podcast episodes, but I haven't released it yet, so I'm going to start releasing those soon again. And also let me know who you want me to interview for my podcast too, because I'm going to start interviewing people again for it, and then I'm going to start posting the other videos. And if you guys on both YouTube and Instagram can turn on my post notifications for live, it's very important because apparently it only notifies certain people. So you all have to put on my notifications if you want to know when I go live. And I'm going to just start going live like this, where I don't schedule it and stuff. So turn it on, please, because then you know when I go live. Otherwise, they might not even tell you that I'm live. It's crazy. So make sure you turn on my post notifications. You go to that little bell thingy and then you click on it and then you have to go to live. And then when you go to live, it will tell you like only notify sometimes when she goes live or all of the time. So then you turn on all the time because what the hell you mean like sometimes? Who does that? Crazy ass. Crazy ass Instagram. What the hell are you talking about? Are you crazy? Thank you, Ayo Abel. I appreciate it. So yeah, if you could do that, then you know I want to go live, and then it's just crazy, you guys. Miami Ricky. I like saying that name, Miami Ricky. Miami. I haven't been in Miami in so long. I haven't been there for years. My friend that lives there, she keeps telling me, come to Miami, you can stay in my house, all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I want to come. But I always get stuck here because I feel like I have to work day in and day out. It's the American way, no breaks. I got to learn how to take breaks more often and live a little. And then the worst part about all this is like I feel like I have to make up for 15 years of stolen time, stolen work, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, God, can you imagine? Imagine building up like I have 10 million followers combined, and then waking up one day and nobody can see your post on any of the platforms. Like, how traumatizing would that be? You know, it's like you working a job for 15 years and then you go to work and you're invisible there. Like, then nobody can even see your ass. Like, hello, I'm here at work. I just clocked in. I clocked in. And they're like, no, you're not getting paid. You're invisible. And you're like, well, what do you mean? I'm working here still. They're like, yeah, you're still working here, but nobody can see you, you know? And then they just gaslight you. You're like, well, I'm here, but people can't see you. And they're like, yeah, nobody can see your ass, you know? Well, the problem with me is like, what happened to me is they never told me and confirmed to me that nobody could see me. I found out through a lawyer years later, right? So imagine how traumatizing, you know, to build all that up and then all out of someone's jealousy and envy, you know, somebody pays someone on Instagram to like shadow ban all my social media platforms. That's fucking insane, you know? Yeah, it's crazy that no one can see my ass, right? Because it's big and natural. Like, what the hell? They show all these fake asses, but they can't show the real ones. Sounds about right. They show all the fake asses, but not the real ones. Right? Isn't that funny? And legitimately, like everyone and their mom has a fake ass. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Yeah. It's so funny because when I grew up in Sweden, I used to get bullied for that. Like, people were like, what are you doing? You got a baboon butt? And I was like, a baboon butt? I would literally cry, like, somebody called me a baboon butt. And they told me I have wooden legs, like, right? Because my legs were thicker. So they were like, and honestly, if I look like now that I look back at pictures of myself, I was like, what the hell? I was gorgeous. Why were people telling me all this shit, you know? And like, I was skinny, you know, I'm still skinny. I look the same, but like, I'm skinny, you know, and all of that shit. And people were telling me that I was like thick, like I was overweight or something, right? And the whole time I was perfect. Like, what were people's problems? I don't understand it. But they used to say stuff like that, right? So then when I went to Vancouver and California and all of that, people were like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful, blah blah blah. You know, you do modeling, acting, whatever." All right, cool. So then I thought that was so cool. People thought I was pretty. So that's how I started all this stuff. And you know, back then people will tell me, oh, you need to get this done, get that done, blah, blah, blah. And it would be some like fat, ugly motherfucker that like I wouldn't even touch this guy with a stick. And he had the audacity to tell me stuff like that because he like had a magazine, you know, that everybody wanted to be a cover on, right? So I never ended up getting anything done, but I know so many girls that got stuff done. And then later on, some of them even had stuff removed because it gave them all these health issues, right? But now looking back, I'm like, what the hell? Like, why we got these freaking people that have no business telling anyone what the hell they look like or whatever, just putting people down, whether it's like through social media or whether it's like in person, you know, or whatever, like agents, managers, magazine owners, producers, directors, right? It's crazy. Thank you, Ronnie, for the badges. It's so crazy to me that people are going around saying stuff like that to gorgeous people, gorgeous women. Like, even if they weren't gorgeous, like, what do you get off of telling people stuff like that? I don't get it. Like, for me, like, I would never go out of my way to tell someone like, oh yeah, you know, you're okay, but if you got this done, you would do so much better, right? Like, that thought wouldn't even come across my mind to tell someone, and I think it's really mean. So for someone not just someone, but so many people feel like they have the right to say stuff like that. And they're making it sound like they're trying to help you or whatever. It's just bullshit. Like they have no business saying stuff like that. It's crazy to me. You know what I mean? Tim, what's up, Tim? So yeah, no more of that. No, thank you. Mm-mm-mm. We're not doing that. Thank you, spaghetti. Spaghetti. Hey, want some spaghetti? Nah, I want spaghetti. Is your name in Azari language? Yes, it is. You can't see yourself telling anything negative to me? Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I think it's coming out of insecurity. So insecure people want to tear down other people because of their insecurities, but then it's like, well, like now you're making other people insecure because you're insecure over what? Like just go and fix yourself instead of worrying about what the hell other people are looking like or doing, you know? Um so yeah, I don't agree with it. I think people need to work on themselves before they go around saying bad and mean things, you know? Talk about red flags, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna start posting more of the red flag stuff. I think that that's so interesting, like to see people's minds, you know? And then I think I want to start doing like hypothetical kind of questions, like kind of like, oh, the thing with Bill, like a woman has $500, a man has 100, and the bill is like 79 cents. I mean $79. Who pays, right? And everybody's like, well, no, this person should pay. Oh no, that person. Oh maybe no. Like, and everybody has a different point of view. And I just think it's funny because everybody gets so like into it, like on who should pay. And to me, it's so funny because I'm Persian, right? So, like in my culture, we literally fight about who's gonna pay. Like, I don't know, Americans, like, I don't think Americans do that, but in the Persian culture or any Middle Eastern, like, we literally fight. Like, we fight, like, to the end of who's gonna pay. And it becomes almost like a offensive if you actually like allow someone to pay, right? So I don't know. I think it's funny how it's different for so many people. And then also, I think Hispanic, like South American people too. Like I know Brazilians and other people too. We all like fight about who's gonna pay. You know, no, I got it. No, how dare you? You know, no, I got it. No, I pay. No, you like, no, you can't pay. Put your money away. Like, literally, I had times where we're fighting so bad that it goes all the way up to like the cash register, like, or like you go and pretend like you're gonna go to the bathroom and then you just pay the bill. You know, I had that happening, but it's funny to see like people in the comments are like, no, um, no, this person should pay. Like they don't want to pay, you know? And I don't know. I just think it's funny. That's what we usually do, Persian people. Spaghetti, what's up? Am I Iranian? Yes, I'm Iranian. Iranian. Iranian baby. I recently read this book that has my name in it. It says, the title is Udos and the Crows. And how I was like, I heard about the book, but I had never read it. I didn't know what exactly it was about. But the whole book literally is like this whole like story that I went through, which is so trippy. Like, what the hell? What is going on? So apparently, this book was written in 1968, right? And then I read this book now, knowing like, oh, it has my name and it's a rare name, right? And I read I read the book and it was like it's almost like time travel or something. I don't really understand what is going on because I'm like, how did someone write this in 1968? And it's literally a story about me, like in the book, right? The only thing in the end is that the crows like they come to save her, and they like fly her off to like Crow City, right? But it has like a spiritual meaning like the crows were her like protectors, right? But I'm like reading the book and I'm like, what the hell? Like, how is this possible? This is so trippy. And then to come to see that there's apparently been a book about like with someone named like Baron Trump, and then there's some other book about Elon that goes to Mars, and then there's this book now about Udos and the Crows, and everything that's about Udos is like legitimately happened to me, and I'm like, what the feezy, you know? It's it's almost like time travel or like some time warp thing, you know? And it was even done before I was born, you guys. Like this author wrote it in 1968 and that was his last book. And then after that, like, and even when he made it, it became like a political thing when they went after him for that book, you know? So I think it's like it's so trippy. Like I don't understand what is going on, but I was like, whoa, that's trippy. So, anywho, I just wanted to get on here and say hi to you guys and talk to you. I'll be back probably tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm gonna go live in the daytime instead. But if you want me to go live, you know, at night, and it might be better because you guys are off work, then let me know because for me, this works, so it will be easier for me to do it in the daytime. Before it was in the nighttime, but now my schedule has changed, so it will be better for me to do it in the daytime. So let me know if you prefer nighttime. I see what I can do. But if not, then I'll just go live in the daytime, and then maybe we could do it where I go around noon, where you have lunch if you're going to work. Just let me because obviously I'm you guys are here too, so then we're hanging out. Not like when you guys are like not here and you're working or whatever. So tell me what you want. Thank you, Ao, Abel. Anyways, I'm gonna go to Snapchat now, so make sure you follow me on Snapchat and don't forget to turn on my post notifications and my live notifications. Uh, so that you get notified when I go live because that's what you need to know. Apparently, it only notifies some of the people that follow me, and that's a very small amount that it notifies. So you have to turn it on so that you know when I go live. Otherwise, you're not gonna see me coming on here. So anytime I post and then live and all of that good stuff. And then go and follow me on Snapchat. It's Snap Udos. Okay, I'll see you guys later. I love you. Kisses.